So I recently came across a video which talked about how to study more effectively and more quickly in less time, and I actually find it quite interesting and effective. And so today I'll go deeper into it. Right. So how to study effectively with less time. Alright, and so the first thing is basically to have an overview of whatever topic you're studying before you actually go deeper into it. And so I actually find this really helpful because, I mean, I guess you get an extra run through when you're actually learning it, but also it helps you get a better grasp of the topic when you're actually learning it. And so I do this quite often, maybe a lot in maths as well. And so basically, and before we learn about it in class, I often look ahead, and I don't tell myself that I have to get like 100%, and I have to like fully understand it, because that's not really what an overview is. You have to sort of I guess at least get a grasp of the topic, so that you sort of know what it's about, and then therefore when you actually learn about it, it becomes a lot easier. And another thing you can do, maybe if you're reading a book, is maybe for a synopsis or a blurb. And I also think it's really helpful because you basically get to see the key points and I would guess the basic plot overview of the story, and it sort of gives you like an idea about what the thing is about. And I guess if you're giving an extract, I think what would be quite good is sort of skimming through, and I mean, I guess because yeah, like I said, it also just gives you a quick general idea about what the extract is about. I mean, you could just read it over twice, but I guess skimming through and then reading it again is very quick and a lot more efficient. And there's actually various ways to quickly improve your the way you scan things. So one of them is instead of looking at words one by one, you can use chunking, and basically what that is looking at words in groups. So maybe if there was a sentence like I went home with my dog after lunch. Basically that's a small sentence, but instead of just reading it, I went home with my dog after lunch, sort of group these phrases sort of together. So I went home with my dog after lunch. So that's just a lot easier because, I mean, I guess instead of looking and reading it out in your head, which sort of limits the amount of time you read to, um, which limits the um, I guess the pace of your reading to the pace that you speak. You can sort of read it a lot quicker, and maybe like I find this really helpful because I've been able to read maybe 4 or 5 times faster, and I recommend you try it as well. Also, I also think that I guess looking at headings and subheadings is really important as well, because like I said before, they give you a very important general overview of whatever the thing's about. Also, you could also try instead of just skimming it line by line, also zigzagging as is really good as well, because I guess everything fits into your line of sight, and also it's just a lot quicker than yeah, reading it line by line. Like if you zigzag through, you also pick up you can also pick up the keywords and ideas without carefully examining the words line by line. Next, which I find quite helpful, is sort of going deeper and sort of, I guess, not only looking at things at surface level, but going deeper into it um, and uh, forming your own sort of opinion. And so, yeah, I just think it's really important because if you look at things at surface level, you don't really truly understand, and it doesn't stay in your memory. But if you like go through and form opinions about things that you truly feel, like it will stick with you. So maybe with maybe a new formula that you learn in maths. Uh, I mean, obviously for different equations you can apply so many formulas, but maybe you just learn this new one which can also be applied to another equation. And yeah, so you could compare it to another formula you've learnt, and you could experiment with it and see which one's quicker and which one you like more. And therefore, you're actually actively going through it, and you'll be able to, I guess, learn it a lot quicker and understand it a lot quicker. Also, maybe if in an essay or uh, like maybe theology or something, a question about like does God exist, sort of form your own opinion, and because like form your own opinion and judgment on the statement, because if you just have like a blank mind when it comes to your own opinions, you won't really sort of have it stick to your mind like I said before. And then also finally I'd like to talk about sort of making questions, um, making questions. So basically, just make questions about things that you're not too sure about. So maybe something that you find quite confusing right now. You can like look when you're revising in the future. You can look back on those questions and answer them. If they're confusing to you at first, then yeah, fine. But sort of make questions that sort of challenge you instead of just easy ones, because that's going to be how you learn. So sort of if you don't understand a topic, um, then sort of go deeper into that topic, explore it, and find things you don't know about. Ask yourself and test, and then eventually you will be able to know it, and it will stick with you. Okay. I think the main points to take away from this video are firstly to have an overview of the topic, and so it sort of like gives you a grasp of the topic before you actually go through it, which sort of strengthens your memory and it strengthens your understanding. Also, going deeper, going at a surface level is not going to help you, because it's going to be in your head, and it's going to be like it's going to stay there for a bit, but it's going to go a bit after. So you have to have your own opinion and judgment on something, and it will sort of last with you longer. Also, making questions is really important, because um, I guess you're just challenging yourself and testing yourself, and sort of yeah, giving yourself the things and the ability to improve. So thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from this video.